1, 2, 3.
Blazer!
Feeling Potter. Davis hammers it down. Trujillo.
Where you at? It's okay.
Yes, sir! Oh, wow!
Trailblazer. Welcome to Trailblazer Tip-Off.
Let's go!
Well, hi there, everybody. Welcome inside Burns Arena. We have a monster matchup tonight that'll go a long way in determining a WAC champion in the regular season. Hi there, everybody. Rod Zund along with Mike Olson. And Mike, you can't undersell this matchup. UT Arlington in town with Utah Tech. When you look at the WAC standings right now as we head into the home stretch of the regular season, Utah Tech is 6-3. They're a half game behind first place. Three teams hold down the first place spot at 6-3. That is Utah Valley, California Baptist, and UT Arlington. They're all 6-3. Utah Tech 6-4, a half game behind. This is a big-time matchup, and it's the first of maybe the biggest home stretch in our Division I history.
That's right, Rod. It's only February, but it feels like March. And when you've got this Utah Tech team welcoming those three teams to Burns Arena over the next three home games, buckle up. It's going to be some awesome basketball.
Trailblazers coming in on a roll. They've won 3 in a row. First time ever. Last week, they went to Texas and swept the 2-game road trip. Gave them a lot of confidence because a lot of players made big plays down the stretch when they had to.
Yeah, what a trip for this Trailblazer team and the confidence that they have going into Texas again and being successful.
These two teams have met one time back on January 15th, and it was a defensive quagmire. Both teams shot in the low 30s, well below their 47-48% clip that they normally shoot. Neither one of them could shoot threes very well. Utah Tech went 1 for 15 from beyond the arc, and UT Arlington went 3 for 12. And it was a 4-point win, 56-52 for UT Arlington.
Yeah, a game that Coach Judkins and this Trailblazer team would want to forget, but they get another crack at it tonight. And again, it's a battle of styles, right? You've got Utah Tech that, as you mentioned, did not get it done from the three-point line. And that defensive effort by this Mavericks team catapulted them to the number 1 in the nation in three-point defense.
Yeah, they only allowing 25.5% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Trailblazers are shooting 33% from the arc and just under 8 three-pointers made a game. That's number 1 in the WAC. So you said it, that it's the three-point battle. Who's going to win that? Trailblazers who make the most in a game, or the best defensive three-point team in the country?
Yeah, we're going to see who gets the better of that. And when you look at statistically, if you're Coach Judkins and these Trailblazer shooters, you've got to be optimistic about how you've performed since then, especially against Tarleton last week.
Well, you look at the second, third, and fourth leading scorers for this team, the guard line, Trujillo, Belonga, and Holt. Overall, they went 7 for 39 in the first meeting, 1 for 12 between those three in the ball game from beyond the arc. That's not going to happen. That was the only game the Trailblazers haven't hit at least 5 three-pointers this season.
That's right, and they've got a streak of over 350 consecutive games where they've made a three-pointer. I was nervous that streak was going to end,
yeah.
Only connecting on one triple on that night. But since then, Utah Tech has got another chance. I know that they have circled this date to get this team back in another chance at redemption.
As we mentioned, the Trailblazers coming in on a roll. They won 3 in a row. They beat Southern Utah here. And they went to Texas, and for the first time in school history in the Division I era, they swept both road games in Texas. Thursday, a win over Abilene Christian, then Saturday afternoon, a win over Tarleton. Let's go back to Saturday afternoon in Stephenville with that big-time win over the Tarleton Texans. Besides making their first ever sweep, that was the first ever win on Tarleton's home floor. Let's go back to Saturday afternoon against the Texans in this edition of Sounds of the Game. Utah Tech trying to make it 2 in a row here in the state of Texas. Steps back, he'll launch a 3. Got it! Toby Uribe to Dario Domingos, and he lays it in. Got it again! Back-to-back triples for Britton Barrett. He's open. Yes, sir! Noah Belonga got it. How about Noah Belonga? He's up from beyond the arc. Down court to Trujillo, to Belonga. Put it up and in. Belonga wide open. How about Noah? Busted another 3. And hammered up. Oh, he went through the lane and slammed it down. Noah Belonga. Trujillo bust a 3. Yes, Chess Trujillo. Good. Dario Domingos. Noah to Holt. Puts up a 3. Yes! Bang! Utah Tech, for the first time ever, come to Texas and get a 2-game sweep on this road trip.
You got to be excited.
Oh, I am excited.
Yeah, in that game against Tarleton Saturday afternoon, they hit tied a season high with 12 three-pointers, and Noah Belonga, a career high 23, and he hit 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. That ties his WAC best 4 three-pointers in a game.
And not only did he connect on those 4 threes, but they were timely threes, right? I think Noah is one of those guys that he leads the league in taking big-time shots that are absolute backbreakers, and no more than those 4 that he hit against Tarleton.
And he's going to want to have a bounce-back game after his last outing against this team he's facing tonight, UT Arlington. In that game, Noah Belonga, 3 of 13 from the floor. He's the only guy to hit a 3. He was 1 of 5. So he's going to want to have a bounce-back game. Chance Trujillo was 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, and Juice Holt was 0 for 1, 1 for 11 from the floor. So we get any production from those 3 guys like normal, they're going to have a great chance to get a win and leapfrog UT Arlington in the WAC standings.
Yeah, they've got to, right? They've got to find a way to create those shots because they've got the shooters that can knock them down. It's just the confidence to get out and take the shots. Put that game behind them. I promise you this Trailblazer team is anxious to let a few of those fly from downtown tonight.
Counting down the minutes till tip-off, Utah Tech and the Mavericks of UT Arlington. The final word from head coach John Judkins when we come back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
Back here in Burns Arena, counting down the minutes until tip-off, Utah Tech and UT Arlington. Rod Zundel, Mike Olson here, and as we mentioned, this is a big one, the first of a monster 3-game home stretch. Trailblazers 6-4 in the WAC standings, only a half game behind and out of first place. 3 teams at 6-3, Utah Valley, California Baptist, and then this team here tonight, UT Arlington. And Trailblazers coming in on a 3-game winning streak, and UT Arlington, they're coming off an overtime loss to California Baptist at home last Saturday, so they're looking back to get back on track. And then they've got to go to Utah Valley, a team they're tied with for first place on Saturday.
I was going to say, what a stretch for this Mavericks team you've got California Baptist, Utah Tech, who they're hearing those footsteps. They've seen Utah Tech rise in those standings. This is not going to be an easy game for them, but then they wake up tomorrow on their way to Orem to face the Wolverines, who that they're excited to welcome this team.
Time now to get the final word with head coach John Judkins, talking about the importance of this matchup tonight to begin this tough 3-game home stretch.
Well, Coach, what is there to say? Everything is right in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, every week's big, Rod. With this WAC, I told you this beforehand. It's anybody can win any night. I think the teams are very equal. These guys are good. These guys are really, really good. They defended us last time really well. We didn't shoot the ball extremely well, and that's why they're leading the league in defensive percentage. So we got to be ready. We got to be ready. They just got off a loss. We just got off a win. We owe them one. They beat us here last time. We got to take care of home court advantage, and hopefully we have a lot of people here to help us with that.
And your guards shot 1 for 11 from the 3-point line. That's not going to happen again.
No, they do a good job. They, you can tell watching film on them, they're trying to get you off the 3. And sometimes our guys forced them. We had a lot of good looks, but sometimes we forced them. We had a lot of 15, 16-footers that were open that we just didn't take. That we got to take what the defense gives you. That's what you got to do. Even though we love the 3 ball, we're going to get the 3 balls, but you got to make them pay they're trying to take the 3 away from us, so let's do some other stuff, and then they'll try to take that away, and then we go back to our threes again. But again, I love what we shot. We shoot it well, but we got good shots. We just got to make them.
Have you talked much to your guys about the situation that you're in? Half game out of first place, you got a chance.
No, they know that, Rod. I don't need to talk about that. They look at it. They all have phones. They all check it out. They all see what they need to do. It's a big win, but again, you can't get hyped up for one game so much you forget about all the other ones. So they know this is an important game. I mean, we're tied for fourth right now, or in fourth place, 1 game out of first. They know that. They know how important this game is, and but again, we just got to play good. And if we play good, our chances to win are great. And like I said from day one, our goal right now is to win the conference tournament. That's our goal. So we have to get better every single time we come down the court.
And Mike, we can't oversell this thing. We haven't been able to say this since we moved to the Division I era. Trailblazers have a legitimate shot to win a WAC regular season title, but they've got to take care of business in a game like this against a team that's a half game in front of them, UT Arlington.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting match. This team is ready. You can see they've just built up. It's February. It's hard, but these guys are healthy. They're ready to go, and I anticipate a fantastic basketball game.
I expect a defensive struggle. 3-point shots are going to be hard to come by for both teams. All right, that'll do it for Trailblazer Tip-Off. I'm Rod. Mike, Devin Dixon will have the call over on the Fan Sports Radio Network. And Mike and I will have it on ESPN+. Time now for the national anthem, and then we'll sign off and have tip-off Utah Tech and UT Arlington. Tip-off Utah Tech, UT Arlington coming up next.